welcome everybody. Randy Replay. Well, you know the deal. We're back at it again. Minnesota Vikings football on the air, online, and all across the SSN. Vikings, number one seed, NFC. They have clinched the NFC North and are NFC North champions for the second straight year in a row. And if a couple more teams lose, they could clinch the number one seed by the end of this season, that being next week. But some movement here. One of the teams that we follow, the 49ers, have snuck into the 7th seed after the Packers have gone up to number 6. It is a weird NFC playoff division this year. A couple bird teams as the Falcons now slide back up to the 5th seed. The Cardinals are in the 4 spot. And the Eagles are in the 2. So there's 3 bird teams in the playoffs on the NFC side. Of course, your Minnesota Vikings is still there. So even though the Vikings beat the Packers, they do get in with help back into the 6th spot. And then the 49ers, after a big victory against the Browns, come on up into the 7th seed and are now all 4 teams that we follow are in the playoffs. On the AFC side, it's a little bit more decided. The Broncos with Tom Brady slide in. A little bit of movement over here on this side. And if the playoffs were to start today, Lamar Jackson for the Texans would be going up against his former team, the Baltimore Ravens. But that is not why we are here. We are here for Monday Night Football. 3 games left to go. All of them are away, and all of them, except for one, are against playoff caliber, except for 2, rather, are against playoff caliber teams. Tonight, we draw the worst team in the NFL. The Andrew Dalton-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 1-13 in Tampa Bay. We will see what transpires. As we always do, we'll take a look at the injury report on this rather longer pregame from Randy Replay. For the Vikings, no injuries to speak of. And for the Bucs, you get the same thing. Hashtag must be nice to be us. Couple big injuries in that San Francisco game last week. Tyreek Hill and Kyle Pitts being the notables for that one. So we are all ready. Monday Night Football kickoff is next. And hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay here with you. Minnesota Vikings, of course, wearing their all whites here at Raymond James Stadium. The enemies tonight are the Minnesota Vikings, the visiting team, but we hold a far better record than the hometown heroes, the Tampa Bay Bucs, led by that man Andrew Dalton, the ginger gunslinger. So it's going to be it'll be an interesting game. Tampa Bay, 9 picks. They've allowed almost 4,000 yards through the air and have given up a 50+% completion percentage. So on paper, Mahomes should have a night. And speaking of the Vikings, 56 touchdowns, 6,100 passing yards, and operating at a 66.8 completion percentage. So all the things on paper should say blowout. Worst team in the league. 1 win, worst team in the division. Well, not in the division, in the conference, rather, going up against the number 1 seed in the NFC playoff race. So this, on paper, has swung very, very wildly to Minnesota's side, but you got to remember, any given Sunday here in the NFL, we'll see what happens. Here is Greg Joseph. Boom! We are underway. Raymond James Stadium, Monday Night Football under the lights in Tampa. Then we will meet the aforementioned gunslinger of the ginger variety, Andy Dalton, as he comes out onto this hollowed ground. 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 15 picks here this year. Hey, that rhymed. And so here we go. Very, very quiet stadium. Dalton from the gun. Snaps corral. Looking. Throwing middle. Caught. Completed. on, looks like Tyson Campbell. That'll be Brown. Or Godwin, rather, sorry, with the catch, and the Bucs get a hot start. We'll see what they want to do here. Dalton on the play action. Throws left side. Caught. That will be, boy, the star here. I can't think of his name right now. We're not getting any help from our guys here. Oh, boy. Evans, rather. There we go. Randy's got it. Big hit put on. And Russell Gage Jr. goes down. Not involved in the play, but he will go down, and that is just not something you want to see. Mike Evans with the previous catch that Randy botched. And now Dalton will be operating from the gun. Minnesota plays press across the board. Dalton gets the snap. It's a give. Running back. Big missed tackles by Minnesota. It's been the story of the year. It'll be a first down run for Alvin Kamara. Now you look at this team and you're like, wow, how do these guys only have one win on the season? It's got to be because of their quarterback. Dalton from the gun. Gets the snap. He's flushed. He throws. And it is batted away. Jalen Johnson on the coverage in the end zone. So now this will bring up 2nd and 10. Dalton from the gun. Snaps Corral. Looking over his options. Throws right side for Kamara. Caught but out of bounds. Oh my heavens. Hey, Brittany. Hello. Winky, 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 winky. Appreciate you. All right, so 3rd and 10 from the 18. Dalton in the gun. Minnesota, what do you got? Alvin Kamara to his left. Dalton hit as he throws. He threw it out the back of the end zone. And fire the cannons indeed. Minnesota stalls the offense, and they'll go for a 3-point opportunity. Left hash. Snap spot kick. Ooh, almost blocked, but it is good. So the Bucs will strike first on their first drive. Javon Holland almost getting back there, and now we'll see Minnesota's offense take the field here. Boom. Kick is away. Tyler Harrell taking it out of the end zone. Now, if there's one team to run a touchdown back, it's these guys for sure. And we'll see what kind of season Patrick Mahomes has cooking here. Oh, boy. 6,393 yards, 59 touchdowns, 35 picks. Oh, boy. But it has been more about Dalvin Cook and the run game here this year. Of course, you got Jackson Smith and Jigba, the resurging rookie. Mahomes will start this game from the gun, give to Dalvin, and he's just had a lot of slow starts in the later goings here as this season has progressed. You really hate to see it. Mahomes will now stay in the shotgun formation. It's a play action. Yeah, oh, it's picked off. Mahomes, another interception on the year, tries to tackle, and it'll be a pick six. Levante David will give the Bucs fans something to cheer about, and he just can't float it over defenders. And this will be a 10-0 lead for the worst team in the NFL. The snap spot kick. It is good. 10-0 Bucs. Oh, boy. And now Mahomes is getting moving. Something you don't want to see. Another play action. A short throw. It's in Jigba. Breaking tackles like they're going out of style. Oh, my heavens. And it's Smith and Jigba. Mahomes threw it underneath. And Smith and Jigba will break a couple tackles in transition. And that's been the knock on the defense here, not being able to tackle in big spots for the Bucs. Mahomes will give to Cook again. He'll try and split a couple defenders, and Tyron Shoyinka will go down, and a couple injuries coming across for these Buccaneers. And You hate to see it if you're a Bucs fan. Mahomes under center. Snap corral. Throws. Picked off again. Njigba did not go up for the ball. And it is another interception for Patrick Mahomes. Gain, and we'll see what Andy Dalton wants to do here on a big 3rd and inches. It's a quarterback keeper. He goes down. Eric Kendricks. It was a quarterback keeper and the comeback player of the year. Eric Kendricks gets a sack. Unconfirmed, but we do think he's going to be the NFL comeback player of the year. Of course, we talked about it, missing all of last season. Coming back and having one of his better seasons in purple. So now Minnesota forces a punt. Tyler Harrell will apparently wave his hands for the fair catch. And that'll send Patrick Mahomes out here. 2 completions, 31 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks to begin the game. You hate to see that. The ball down. JJ's 2nd catch of the game. Mahomes. Give to Dalvin. Dalvin cuts in. Dalvin for the end zone. Touchdown Vikings, and touchdown Dalvin. He will sit down in the end zone, avoiding all hits, and Minnesota will get on the board here late 1st quarter. So it's Dalvin 12 yards out. Of course, he makes sure he stretches the ball over the line to gain. Or over the goal line, whatever you want to call it. This to make it 10-7. Kick is away. It's good. Good. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. Mahomes from the gun. Dalvin Cook has entered the proverbial. Gets the snap. Throws right side, and it's picked. We do have a flag. It's picked off. And, oh boy. Oh boy. Another pick 6, but this one might be coming back. We'll check the flag. And it is on the Vikings, so it will be declined for the touchdown, and the Bucs will score again. Oh boy, so another 3rd first quarter pick for Mahomes. The snap spot kick is good. Oh my goodness. Are we really down 10 to a 1-13 team right now? Oh boy. Tyler Harrell, 5 yards deep, will take it out. Run into his own guy and fall over at the 18. I mean, it's Tyler Harrell just isn't the move. Oh, huddle near the end of the 1st. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Throws. And it's behind JJ for another pick. I mean, what is happening here? Oh my heavens, I have never seen 4 first quarter picks. Another interception, threw it behind the target, and now Dalton gets the ball back. Force a field goal attempt, this to make it 20-7. The snap spot kick is good. I mean, Minnesota, you got to do something here. Holmes clapping. Gets the snap. Quick throw. Tyler Harrell, who's been coming on and coming into these late spread formations in the quarters, and he gets another catch here. The rookie making an impact here. 4-3. Oh, the clock stopped. Okay. 3-2-1. And wowzers. 4 picks in the first quarter, but Minnesota's only down 14. Now Minnesota, what do you got? Mahomes from the gun. Snaps corral. Throws left side, caught JJ. We get a gritty down in Tampa Bay City. Touchdown Vikings, the 2nd of the game for the offense, and now only going to be down 6 pending the kick, or 7 if you want to take the lead, your choice. So a wide open JJ, you put a linebacker on him, that's going to be the result every single time. And Minnesota draws the bad defense by the worst team in the NFL. And the kick is away. It is good. A 6-point affair here in Tampa Bay remain in the gun. Snap corral. Looking. Throwing. Right side. Almost intercepted by Eric Kendricks. That would have been a pick six for sure. And Minnesota, you got to do it again. You have to do it again. Owen Papa will check in at linebacker. Dalton all day to throw in. Owen Papo will bat the ball away, and hopefully that will force another Bucs punt. And it will indeed. So Camarita, or Camarda, however you want to say it, will punt it away to Tyler Harrell. And Minnesota will get the ball back. And I mean, he's just not the answer. Tyler Harrell might not be the answer. Now, I get it. He's only, his first year. Dalvin Cook, 105. He's 200 yards away, 200 and change away from 3,000 yards on the season. Is Tyler Harrell the answer at returner? We have no idea. But, oh, God, Dalvin again. He's loose. Right side. 9 yards for Dalvin. 114 on the night. 11:56 left to go. In the first half, Dalvin. Room to run left side. Dalvin Cook, left side. He gets out of bounds near the 10. They'll put him out at the 11, and Dalvin's having some fun. Dalvin be cooking first half. Great blocking by JJ and this offensive line. I mean, you can get a couple carries by these guys. I mean, they're good, but oh my heavens. So now Mahomes from the gun. And he's going to wave TJ Hawkinson, man in motion left to right. Snaps corralled, giving Dalvin. Dalvin up the middle. Dalvin, second touchdown of the game. Dalvin Cook and touchdown Minnesota. You won't hear it here. We'll do the piped in Baru, recorded live on Fan Appreciation Week this year against the Bears, I believe. And my heavens, what a touchdown. Dalvin's second touchdown of the game. And this one was nearly 15 yards out. He just barely got that ball across the line. It has been confirmed, and now Minnesota to take a 1-point lead. The snap spot kick. It is good. So since the 4 picks here in the first quarter, Mahomes has been lights out. Tighten up usually in these spots. And Dalton facing a second down. Gets the snap. Danielle Hunter on the late rush. They only rush 3, the Vikings do. Throws. And we get the version of Trayvon that doesn't want to play. It is a touchdown catch for Mike Evans. And usually Trayvon is all over these balls here. And my heavens. Oh boy. So here we go. This to make it 27-21. Kick is away. It is good. By way of the Bucs. 2nd and 17 now. Mahomes from the gun. The snap corralled. And trying to throw it away. He fumbles the ball. Somebody get back there, please. Turnover. My God. No freaking way that just happened. It'll be Ross Blacklock picking up the ball. And Minnesota, what are you doing against the worst team in the NFL? What is happening here? Dalton under center. Lewisine trying to guess the snap count. He will not touch down Bucs. This to make it 34-21. The snap spot kick is good. Oh boy. So here we go. Mahomes under center. Snap corral. Looking, throwing for Njigba. It's a catch. First down. Jackson Smith and Njigba. My heavens, what a throw. High pointed the ball, got it over, whatever you want to call it, the defender. And my goodness, what a catch by the sensational rookie that is Njigba. And so now Mahomes changing up the play just a little bit here. Moving some parts. Snap corral. It's a short throw underneath to Njigba again. 4-yard gainer. And Minnesota will finally go into a huddle base. They've been going no huddle last couple plays. And here we go. Mahomes from the gun. Snap, given Dalvin. Dalvin, nowhere to go. Imagine that. And so this is for the drive. Mahomes from the gun. Gets the snap. Rolls. There is a flag. He's going to hit Tyler Harrell for now. It's a touchdown. We're going to get the flag, though. This one might be coming back. Minnesota. I was just going to say Minnesota already moving back, and it's against the Vikings, so now it'll be 3rd and 17.
Still third down.
So still third down. Not a lot of plays designed to get you this amount of yardage. But you think you can do it? Go do it. Mahomes from the empty set. Gets the snap. Throws. Goes off of... Oh, my heavens! And this is the problem. The only problem I have with Mahomes. The sidearm deliveries do not give you any loft on the ball. The ball will go off of the helmet of Hawkinson. And Njigba had a catch. Maybe even a touchdown. You cannot allow this to keep happening with these sidearm deliveries. Oh my heavens, we had the first down. Minnesota has to settle for a field goal to make it a 10-pointer here against the worst team in the NFL. Snap spot kick. Greg Joseph left hash is good. And we got a 10-point game again. My goodness. First a 3-point opportunity unless they're out of field goal range. Looks like they're going to try it. Big field goal left hash for the Bucs. A snap spot kick, and it's nowhere close. He shanked it. So it's a turnover on downs. And my goodness, what a miss. We're going to show you. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Throws middle. Njigba caught. Njigba room to run. Njigba hits Thielen, but for all intents and purposes, Njigba touchdown Vikings and touchdown Njigba. The rookie coming on. Oh my heavens. I don't even know what to say. He's just coming into his own so well here in this offense. That's a little sus by Randy. And we got a 3-point game after the kick is good. Apparently Jackson Smith-Njigba 0 catches, no yards. That will be fake news. That is false. He did score on the big throw. And Minnesota now just down 3 to the worst team in the NFL. So now Minnesota's been very, very good down here on third downs this portion of the field. And we'll see what happens. Couple players move, but nobody really changes positions. Dalton in the gun. Snap corral. And they're keeping Danielle Hunter back as a defender. And what? It's a big throw. And it's tipped. Caught. Touchdown! No way! No way we just saw that. Tip ball, catch, touchdown. Okay, buddy. And the Bucs will go back up by 10 pending the kick. Snap spot. It's blocked. Somebody get that and run it back. Javon Holland, please. Javon Holland, we need a couple points. Javon Holland stutters very, very weirdly. I checked the field. Maybe ran into a sprinkler head. And it is a home as Javon Holland will score a couple points, making it now a 7-point game. And this stadium has fallen very silent here today. So Minnesota back down by a touchdown off of the weirdest play we've ever seen. And my heavens, nothing is going Minnesota's way in this game. Tyler Harrell, room to run, closes quickly up to the 30. Now Minnesota, you get the ball back in 26 seconds. Do you want to go for broke? Or do you want to just kind of get into the half? You're going to have to make that choice right here. Patrick Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Looking. Winds up and it's picked. No way it's picked. Robinson with his first pick of the game, and my heavens. The sixth pick for Mahomes. Dalton from the gun. Looking. Throwing middle, caught. And that should do it just about for the first half. They'll get one more playoff. Minnesota with an opportunity. Throws left, caught. Godwin, and that'll do it. So Minnesota down 7 after the another pick for Mahomes. 33-40, 40-33, whatever you want to look at it. That's your score at the half against the worst team in the NFL, by the way. We're going to take a look at a halftime report. Games have wrapped. The only one left to go is Niners and Packers. And, of course, the Ravens and Browns. That other game being part of the doubleheader here this evening. The Seahawks have fallen to the Dallas Cowboys 28-18. The Lions have taken care of the Chargers. The Bears lose to the Bengals. And then, of course, Niners hold the Packers' fate in their hands, at least for the NFC North and the 7th seed spot. If the Niners win, they go up to the 5 with help. And the Packers are bounced, so go Niners. And now what do you do if you're Minnesota? Here we go. Mahomes from the gun. The snap corral. Throws middle. Caught Dalvin. And he'll just sit down without taking a hit. Actually, the couple Bucs players will run into each other. And call it whatever you want. Dalvin is preserving himself for these NFL playoffs. Mahomes stomps his right foot, awaiting the snap from the gun. Quick throw in Jigba across the middle. And that will be near first down yardage for the rookie. Oh boy, what do you do if you're the Vikings now? Mahomes under center, it looks like. Gets the snap. Give Dalvin. Dalvin room to run. First down and then a little bit more. That'll give him 210 on the day. Dalvin kick. Gibson on the tackle. Mahomes sends a man in motion. It's JJ off the pesky end around. He will brace for the hit. Get down to the 3-yard gainer off the end around. Not a bad situation here. If you are indeed Minnesota. Mahomes under center, snap corralled, looking, flush, trying to throw it away, but he just can't. And Gibson with a sack. Now Mahomes from the gun. We'll see what you got. Weird snap is corralled, throws middle, caught Thielen, angling towards the end zone. He won't make it. So now Minnesota, you got a decision to make down here at the 2. Minnesota's going to keep the offense out there. So Kevin O'Connell being a little bit aggressive here. We'll see. Mahomes from the gun. Gets the snap. Throws middle. Almost picked. And it's a turnover on downs. I mean, Mahomes just can't hit a wide open receiver middle of the field anymore. He's throwing it behind these guys. I mean... Then we got to start questioning, is Mahomes the answer? Minnesota sends pressure. Dalton throws right side to Otten, and my God. A field goal opportunity. This to make it a 10-point game once again. 26-yarder, middle of the field. It's good. Minnesota, you're kind of running out of time here. And you're down to the worst team in the NFL. Let that sink in for a little bit. Because clearly nothing was said during the halftime break to make you guys realize what's actually going on here. No huddle again. Minnesota will go no huddle majority of the time. There's another snap. And it's picked. Another pick six for Mahomes. And these sidearm throws, You've got to see that guy. 33-49, this to make it 50-33. A snap spot kick, and it's good. But, except for, like, offense, either way. Mahomes under center. To play action. Rolls. Throws. And Adam Thielen with a catch. What a catch by Adam Thielen. Bah! Right in front of the training staff. We're going to take another look at this. What a dart. And Thielen will drag his toes, getting the first down. And there's a challenge.
Previous play is under review.
And that should be a catch. He had his foot in the ground, literally.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Ruling on the field stands, and they will lose a timeout. So here we go. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Looking. Throwing. Caught in Jigba. Almost intercepted again. I mean, you've really got to see some of these guys down here, Mahomes. Either way, 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Mahomes throws. Open JJ. Second gritty of the night. Not this time. And JJ gets stood up on his head. They will go no huddle. Mahomes. Quick little screen pass. Dalvin looking for the edge. He'll get down to the 3, a 2-yard gainer. Oh boy. So now Mahomes will take the offense under center. Give to Dalvin. Dalvin in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin with his third of the game. And Minnesota's got life here late. This to make it 40-50, a 10-point affair. Once again, we need play from the defense. The snap spot kick is good. A 51-yarder, left hash, wind going from right to left. Very hard to judge with these Tampa Bay winds. Joseph's kick is perfect. It is good. 50-43 now. So you chip away at the lead. Literally. That will do it for quarter number 3 as time expires. So final quarter down 7, worst team NFL. Typical Vikings fashion. We'll see how they handle it coming up. Under center is Dalton. Tamara the back. Turns, gives Dalton. Upended by the Vikings. Asamoah and Hicks will team up and force a loss of 1 and a 4th down. What do? What do you do? They will punt. Caleb Evans, of course, as always, in fake punt watch. The punt is real. It's away. Tyler Harrell angles to his left. And if you're just tuning in, what a game. Oh, my God. Tyler Harrell is not the answer at return man. And we'll see what he's got planned here. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Throws left. Caught JJ. JJ room to run. JJ open left side. JJ is loose. Touchdown, JJ. We get a gritty in Tampa Bay City. The second one for JJ, angling in, showing blitz. Mahomes gets it out quick, and for all intents and purposes, they've been holding JJ to minimal gains. Just, he's so good at getting out in space. And my heavens, what a play. Just what we needed. Game's tied pending the kick. Oof. This to tie it up. Snap, spot, kick. Good. It's 50 all here. 12-16 left to go. I should not be calling this against the worst team in the NFL, but NFL has a moniker, a saying, any given Sunday, but oh my heavens. There's the kick away. 50 all here. High scoring affair. Andy Dalton's best game of his season. Expecting to not be the quarterback as the team will be drafting Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. unless they go on a run and lose out on the first overall pick. Andy Dalton from the gun. Snap corral. Dalton, flush, Dalton, running, Daniil Hunter, and I do believe that's DJ Wanham will team up. Sack, Dalton, Andre Carter left side, fell down. Gervin Dexter will check in, and Minnesota, you got a 3rd and 20. Not a lot of plays in the playbook, of course. Dalton running for his life, Daniil Hunter, and it is Andre Carter, so the bookends will get a sack, and it's back-to-back sack attack. Welcome back, Jack. A little late there in the production truck, but we appreciate it. And now Andre Carter and Daniil Hunter will team up, and this is a big punt for the Bucs. You gotta pin us deep if you're Cam Britta or Cam Rita or Cam Britta Filter or whatever moniker you want to lose. Tyler Harrell use rather, and he's just not the answer. There's no blocking for him that give him that, but my heavens, what do you do? Mahomes from the gun, snaps corralled, throws, caught in Njigba, touchdown Vikings, a late audible, and Njigba will score number 2 for the game, holding a baby and burping it. So Jackson Smith and Njigba. And at that time, you really want to have a low delivery, splitting the offensive line, but my goodness. So Minnesota will pull ahead here for the first time in this game. Here at the 6:56 left to go mark, 57-50 now. The first lead for Minnesota, as we mentioned. Oh boy. 6 left to go. Dalton, who's been dotting us up, having the best game of the season, under center. Turns, gives, Kamara, big room. And they want to stop Dalton, but we cannot forget about Alvin Kamara, somebody that this team has historically struggled against. And, oh boy. So, Dalton under center. Snap given, and this time Daniil Hunter will rock bottom not Dalvin, what the hell? Alvin Kamara, and he'll listen for the cheers that aren't going to come. Because this stadium is quiet for this offense. So Andy Dalton will go to the shotgun, 2nd and 13. We got 6:10 left and counting. Dalton, screen, batted away. Eric Kendricks, Randy Replay's NFL Comeback Player of the Year. We'll see if the league agrees, but my heavens, what a contributor. And now Minnesota, what do you do? 2nd and 13. Changing things around defensively are the Vikings. Dalton looking, Dalton throwing it away, and it's 4th and 13. 2 touchdowns, 329 for Andy Dalton, no picks. Very uncharacteristic of the Minnesota Vikings defense. And we force another punt that is real. Tyler Harrell back near his 12. Oh my heavens! Tyler, you've got to see that guy. So under center, Mahomes will give to Mo Ibrahim. The rookie will check in. Mo Ibrahim getting a little fancy with his footwork, getting 11 yards for his first carry. And Mo Ibrahim will get the first down. Oh boy. Look at this footwork by Mo Ibrahim, making guys guess, and looks so good. 2-minute warning hits, and Minnesota's up 7 with the ball. Could, if you wanted to, add a field goal if things don't go your way here. 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left. 13 and 2 looming for the Vikings. Mahomes from the gun. Snap corral. Give it. Mohamed, he puts the ball on the ground, but Ezra Cleveland will get the ball. And the Bucs take a timeout. The ball hit the ground. They should be flagged. You don't have to take a timeout there. They should be flagged. I don't understand. Either way, they waste a timeout. Well, that'll come back to bite him in the butt. Mahomes under center. It is a end around to Smith and Njigba, who gets space. Njigba down to the 16, and that is the final timeout, and that will be the end of the game. Minnesota will walk away victorious, surviving the last place team in the league. You've heard that right here, ladies and gentlemen. The first of 4 kneel downs for Patrick Mahomes has just taken place to get this clock going. You might You might have to. Well, let me say it again. You might have to kick a field goal here. Give the ball back to Dalton, depending on what you do. Mahomes from the gun. Ibrahim to his left. You need a first down to put this thing away, and Ibrahim's just going to run into Williams, I believe, and we'll just about do it. So Minnesota will survive. Just one more kneel down is all it takes. And the countdown will start. Mahomes. Oh, Mahomes gets hit. Where's the flag? Where is the penalty? Oh my heavens. Who is that? I want him fined. It was knee to helmet contact. Okay, so the Bucs are not only the worst team in the NFL, they're also a sour bunch of ragamuffins. Who is this? 53. That is Kwiatkowski. Comes in and just runs over Patrick Mahomes at the end of the game. Puts a knee into his gut. It looked like his head. Either way, guess what, Tampa Bay Bucs fans? You guys are not going anywhere this season. And you're now 1-14 operation. Good to know ya. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Victory. And we get booed as we leave the field, but a bunch of sore losers and babies are what they are. Bunch of sore losers and babies. Minnesota will pick up the victory, 57-50, holding on against the worst team in the NFL. Now, there are a lot of negatives to take from this game. We're going to go over everything in one of the weirdest games I have ever seen. 57-50, your final. Oh, boy. And will this man retire Andy Dalton? Maybe one of the final times he looks upon a NFL stadium. I would. So for Minnesota, pretty good stat lines for all involved. I just, you have to go down to the wire against the worst team in the NFL. You're losing pretty much the whole game. You come back to get the win. But, it's almost embarrassing. Either way, a win is a win. It's not going to matter at the end of the year. But my heavens, this was one of the weirdest games we've ever seen from Patrick Mahomes. We'll take a look at his numbers. 92.9 QB rating. That's fine and dandy. A 38 for 51. That is 74% completion percentage for those of you that do not know how to do math or simply don't look over here. 517. So he gets back to his high yardage situations. 4 touchdowns and 6 picks. 3 of these interceptions leading to direct points. The turnovers have killed the Vikings at every single turn this season, and my heavens did they do it here tonight. Patrick Mahomes over the last 3 games, 13 or 14 interceptions. That is a concern going into the playoffs. And we don't see much better in his backup, Tyler Van Dyke. This is uncharacteristic of Patrick Mahomes. He's having a bad month. That's just it. A bad 4 weeks of football. And we need him to right the ship and get it going. The problem with Mahomes is he's trying to float the balls over defenders, but he has such a low release point with these sidearm slings. That is just it. And it's showing on the stat column here later on in the season, the time of year you don't want it to. So what do we do with Mahomes? He's got to be taught, I think, a new throwing motion in the offseason. I mean, the sidearm is good for some plays, but he uses it primarily, and he really shouldn't. But yeah, what do I know? I'm just a spectator. Dalvin Cook, 3,000 yards on the season after this game, 42 carries, 280 and 3. Count him, 3 touchdowns with 10 broken tackles, a season high for him. Oh boy. Mohamed Ibrahim saw the field, 6 carries, 32 yards and a fumble. I do believe his second or third on the year. JJ, 3 for 17 off the end rounds. Patrick Mahomes, 2 for -2 and a fumble. Fumbled right there at the goal line. So 7 overall turnovers for Patrick Mahomes. CJ Ham got involved, 1 for 5, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba there near the end of the game, 1 for 18. Excuse me, off the pesky end around. And for another week here, the 2 out of the last 3 weeks, Jackson Smith and Jigba has led the team in receptions, 13 for 184 and 2 touchdowns. A better stat line than JJ. Oh boy. The only problem is these are the only 2 that could really get open today. JJ, 12 for 169. We get 2 gritties in Tampa Bay City. And we'll talk about Jackson Smith and Jigba when we get back to the main screen. I do want to touch on something I was thinking about during the game. Adam Thielen, 7 for 75. TJ, 2 for 43. Tyler Harrell, the rookie receiver, brought in as an undrafted free agent, actually drafted in the 7th round, my apologies, to handle kickoff and punt returns, but he's all of a sudden getting some production on the field. Got to watch out for that Tyler Harrell back there in the receiving game. And then Dalvin Cook, 2 catches, 18 yards. Nobody, and we mean nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense, look at total tackles, and it's Tyson Campbell. And for the 2nd straight week, Minnesota doesn't have a guy with double-digit tackles. What is happening? Eric Hendricks with 7. Trayvon Diggs, we do get a stat line from him. Oh boy. Andre Carter with 5. Lewis Cine, Caleb Evans, Javon Holland, and Jordan Hicks with 4. Danielle Hunter with 3. Asamoah Johnson and Papa with 2. Tackles for loss, we had quite a few. 3 for Danielle Hunter, 2 for Eric Hendricks, 1 for Asamoah Carter and Hicks. We had a grand total of 3 sacks, and these are divided up as follows. Danielle Hunter with 1.5, Eric Hendricks with 1, and Andre Carter will steal a half sack by way of Danielle Hunter. And a rarity here for Vikings defenders, no interceptions in this one. 5 pass deflections by Holland, Johnson, Cine, Papo, and Kendricks. No forced fumbles. No fumbles recovered. No 1 block kick by Andrew Booth. I do believe his 6th on the year. No safeties. No defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings today. Greg Joseph, 2 for 2, 51 long, 7 for 7 on extra points. Ryan Wright, easy day, easy check, easy cash, easy claps, no punts needed for our big man punter. Kick return, Tyler Harrell, 8 kick returns, 177, longest of 26. Punt returns, 6 for 20, longest of 8. Randy Replay does have bars I'm going to show you right now. The following, or the preceding, however you want to look at it, is as was a paid presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. This has been Randy Replay. I'm going to get you back to the main screen where we will talk about a few things and preview next week and get you ready for everything Week 17 Minnesota Vikings football. Once again, we survived the worst team in the NFL, 57-50. Oh my heavens. And hello and welcome back. Not to the main screen, but Randy teased this coming out of that game. We want to give a little bit of attention to Tyler Harrell, brought in to be a kick returner, but he's actually showing some nice production on the field. He's not out there much, as you can see. So here we go. Let's break it down. Week 1, not on there, not on the field. He did play in the preseason a little bit. But those, of course, have been wiped clean by the guys at the archives. Week 2 against the Packers, not out. Week 3 against the Chargers. Week 4, he had 1 catch for 8 yards. All right. 1 yards after catch, so it was just a one and done for him. Week 11, same thing against the Raiders, and then he last couple weeks here against the Packers on 3rd down, he was 2 for 20, 3 rack yards, longest of 14, and then here tonight he was 2 for 28, longest of 18 here on these 3rd downs and these spread formations. So Tyler Harrell just signed as a rookie. Loves to be here, as you can see. The 6th rounder, not the 7th, the 6th rounder, pick 11 in this year's draft. And he's putting together a pretty good stat line here. 6 catches, 64 yards, being the 4th or 5th guy, depending on what you want to see or how you look at it. And after Colin Johnson has departed the team due to some cap-saving money to throw towards some of these guys that we have re-signed, Tyler Harrell's all of a sudden coming into his own here and could be the 4th man next year after Adam Thielen is expected to retire, as early reports suggest. So Tyler Harrell, quite the conundrum here in this wide receiver role. That is just about going to do it. There's not too much else to say. You go Monday Night Football underneath the lights. You have one of the better quarterbacks in the division, or well, the best in the division, 13-2 operation. One of the best quarterbacks, second best in the league in terms of yards, the best completion percentage guy in the league, and he goes out there and he throws 6 picks. So all of a sudden, he's slowly the last 3 weeks has become very unreliable in his in that some of his throws are behind the wide receivers, like very badly. The big one to JJ behind the guy, and a couple. I mean, he threw 6 tonight. Don't take your pick. So either way, Minnesota survives. Randy, of course, would like a tie. But the team is 13-2. We've clinched the NFC North, and with some help, as we take a look at the playoff picture, we'll sign off here. With some help, we could see a divisional clinch if the Aints and the Eagles lose. That would put us up over 4 games with... Actually, you know what? Let's fact check Randy's work, because I have been wrong before. I do believe the winning you're in is 8 in the NFC. Okay, it's jumped up to 9. So if the Eagles, the Aints, and the Falcons lose this week, guess what? We clinched the division, the conference rather, here in week 16 or whatever week we are in now. So Minnesota's having a little bit of struggle here because you love getting the win, but just the way you got it against the worst team in the NFL, you're on a 7-game win streak. I do believe that is best in the NFL by 1 game. The Aints are the only one better. And you're the best team in the NFC by far. You clinched your division by week 15. You wrapped it up against the Packers. And then, of course, with the Eagles, the Aints, and the Cardinals winning today, of course, it will not update until all the games are completed with the NFL. That's how they're doing it to make it a little bit better. It is Monday night, so the Ravens are playing right now, so we have to wait for the conclusion of their game here in the doubleheader. But with the Eagles, the Aints, and now the Cardinals at 10 wins and 9 wins respectively, Minnesota, for all intents and purposes, has locked up not only the division, but locked up the number 1 seed in the NFC, as they have 13 wins, and the Eagles, best they could do is 12 with 2 games remaining. So you have to hold on against the worst team in the NFL, but you did lock up the NFC number 1 seed, and we will take a look at how this will shape up in the playoff picture as we get you out of here. So the Eagles expected to keep the number 2. The Aints expected to keep the number 3. The Cardinals expected to keep the number 4. And we have the numbers 6 and 7 seeds going at it this upcoming week. Big week for the 49ers on a 4-game win streak. The Green Bay Packers nabbed a victory. And they're in the playoffs. So the winner of the Green Bay Packers and 49ers game will get awarded the 6th seed. The other, with help, could be bounced. So it is a weird NFC playoff picture here this year, and over on the other side, it doesn't get any better. The teams are actually closer. There's 2 games of separation between the Bengals, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and of course the Buffalo Bills. So I mean, there is wide open as can be over there on the AFC side. NFC, no, we don't want to gloat because we just almost lost to the worst team in the NFL, but the Minnesota Vikings, as of right now, are the first team to wrap up their division and clinch a seed spot. So it's good to be a Vikings fan. Not tonight, though. for all intents and purposes. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you after I take my heart attack medication in the next one.